left off. You guys are putting the frigid mountains behind you. You're heading to the... What is this? Deln River. Down to Vasquez. So Vasquez is kind of a picturesque little village nestled against the base of the mountains, between the mountains and the river. And it has a reputation for being one of like the nicest places in all of the Doloro domain. It has not been ever touched by war or even by raiders. The Chevronnais leave it alone because they consider the people there to be poor. And so the people there, it's like quite idyllic. It's actually really hard to get there from anywhere besides the river. But you guys are some of the few people who are making your way there through the mountains. Because this is difficult trudging, I'm going to say that's we'll say it's a 3-day journey. Further through the mountains to Vasquez.
Right.
And that'll eliminate all of our supplies.
I thought it would. A good choice going to Vasquez. The classic joke being like, "Welcome to Vasquez. Why does anyone live here? It's so hard to get here from anywhere." And the answer is because it's so hard for people from everywhere else to get to here.
Exactly. They're simple folk. You find they don't even actually have an inn. They have a tavern, and the tavern owner, come up with a name for him. But yes, the tavern owner is more than willing to let you stay rent-free in the loft of the tavern.
Okay, I gotta stop you right there. He would not do it rent-free.
So the book says that he will do it rent-free so long as you agree to buy all of your meals from him.
Oh, okay. So there we go. Okay, as long as you buy the food. Okay, that makes more sense. Well, considering that all we've had to eat is whatever the Chevronnais, considering the food that we've had to eat is whatever the goat people think is edible, I am more than happy to take him up on this offer.
Yeah, the loft of this place is like a 5-star restaurant compared to the sleep that you have been getting. A 5-star hotel.
I don't typically sleep in a 5-star restaurant.
There you go. Yeah, it's good though. The quality of the food and the quality of the rest is much better than you've been used to.
They typically knock a star off if people are sleeping on the tables. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, also any irregulars, they've been with you for the better part of a week through terrible conditions. They are taking off. So any irregulars that have survived this far.
They were really, Denali was holding them all together. He was the glue. Now he's gone, they're just all gone.
Yep. Yeah.
But that's understandable. No, the real thing I want to know about is you guys are pagans, so there has to be a hot spring or a bath around here somewhere.
Oh yeah. So here's the puzzle, I guess, is that it would be probably... Well, actually, no, I guess not. Not necessarily. I was thinking it would be part of their sacred grove, but not necessarily.
No, some people just take baths.
Yeah.
There's a river here, so funneling water anywhere isn't a problem.
But let's say...
I'm sure people will, of course, sell you, like, not just lavender, but of course, love shampoo. I mean, if you want your paramour to fall in love with you. I mean, look at you. Look, have you smelled yourself lately? Who could love you? Possibly your mother, and even then I'm not sure. Now,
even then I'm not sure. You smell like a bear who hasn't bathed in 3 years. So...
Yes.
Yeah.
I smell like one coated in incense.
And I have goat food breath.
It's true.
Right. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to drop a dinar total, which would be like cover the food, and then the other half probably whatever nice little tiny bath they have in this small village.
Out of my way, I'm dropping 3.
Oh, you're going for
the
luxury
spa treatment.
I have gore in my hair. I am
legitimately paying 2 people to handle you.
I mean, as much as I'm willing to go with you guys in the middle of the wilderness and serve with joy and whatever, it's like, God, I miss the city. You know, where there was just a bathhouse around every corner, and you could just
true.
You could wash your face every day.
Yes.
John, look at this out of you.
Look at you.
I tried to avoid that.
So the good bath costs 3 dinar. I'll take one.
Yeah.
Well, I'm paying for the deluxe treatment. I'm
paying half a dinar. I just happen to be around. I can handle myself.
Well, I'm a noble. I deserve the best.
Right. So the two of you both go ahead and give a dinar each to
what my friend meant is that he's really carrying himself as he were a noble. He's not actually a noble. Otherwise, he'd be flying colors, which he is not, as he is not.
Thank you for reminding me. That time away made me forget like an idiot. I'm sorry.
The tavern keeper's like, you all aren't from around here, are you?
Well, I'm pretty sure if it's an idyllic town noted for its poverty, I'm assuming that
yeah,
you would instantly know that we're not from around here.
Right, that is quite clear. But yeah, you struck your colors, and so no one is, like they're fine. They don't want trouble is the most part. But if you want to spend some money and get some bathing done, that is more than fine with. Fletcher is going to use this opportunity to take his leave. He's going to ask you. He says that his trade and livelihood is back in the Rothos Mountains, but he's concerned with his reception with the Baron. So I guess he is going to check with you what you guys think he should do, or like if he makes the same play and says that he was a captive against his will, if you guys will like back him in that, because if it comes to light that he was working with, it could be bad things later down.
Of course. Same deal, you and I.
All right. Yeah. So at this point, has it been made clear that you kept Fletcher in the dark, that you are not actually a hostage?
Well, I think that we've spent many days together. I mean, at least
Probably
3 getting here. I don't know how long trekking around. So it's pretty clear that I'm not actually a hostage.
He literally pulled a gun out and gave it away.
That's fair. That's a pretty good point, actually.
You could tell your master that you escaped during a Chevernet's raid.
Yeah. Or you could say that we all died and you escaped.
Ooh, all right. Yeah, he's comfortable with that.
Except for Address, he got away.
Right, except for Address. He likes that you both are kind of sharing in this deception. It makes him more comfortable. So, yeah, he says, okay. He agrees to tell the Baron whatever it is that you guys want him to say, basically.
I mean, I think we all died is the best play. Except for me, of course. I didn't die. You saw me get away. Or, you saw me float down river. Something like that.
Yeah. He'll come up with a story.
But you guys being dead is best for you.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So, he takes off. Colette is befriending the town's children and making flower crowns. And there doesn't... Huh?
That sounds like fun. Let's do that.
Sure, yeah. So there isn't really much else to do here besides rest up and recuperate. If you guys wanted to roll for irregulars here, you could, but you'd get a lot of farmers and, simple country folk.
Yeah, they call those meat shields.
There you go. Exactly.
I thought about it. A little bit of corrupting the youth. The youth that have been here their whole life and don't know what the rest of the world is. They got that wanderlust about them. I want to see what it's like.
Itching to go adventuring.
It's real hard to go from that to saying, can I use my seduction in this role? I'm not going to seduce children, is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
And aside from the irregulars, we do want to find someone willing to take us, all the way down the river.
Yeah, there are boatsmen that will definitely, make harbor here. And so you can definitely find transport. Most of them are not going all the way down. I mean, they'll go down to the Palaginese Monastery. Not many of them will continue all the way up to Harmony. But maybe they would if you pay them correctly. It's possible.
Right.
The other issue is that these guys are very cloistered away from the world, so news doesn't get to this village very quickly, if ever. And so, although they're aware that there's a war going on, they really couldn't tell you much beyond that. War is not something these people worry so much about. It's on the far side of the mountains, and
30 feet.
30 feet across the mountains.
No, it's like Griff measuring. It's 30 feet till I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be like 48 leagues downriver. Or if we just went entirely by water travel.
And so what was it again? Is it a dinar a league or like 2 denarii a league?
I'm about to find out. River ferry. A denarii a league.
Okay, so it's not completely
That would be
outside
if
your
you were
price
renting,
range.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for that price, you might be able to buy a boat. But then you would also need to hire someone who could sail your boat.
I have vehicles.
Right, but
That's right.
what do you plan on doing with that investment after we get to Harmon?
It wouldn't be the first boat we've abandoned.
You guys
we
have
also sell it back later.
You have a long history of abandoning vehicles and scuttling vehicles. So.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, a river ferry would cost 120 dinar. We could get a rowboat for 40, but that's not a traveling the river vessel.
Do we have 120 dinar?
I just spent 6 to get 12 more rations. I assume the village is able to, like, sell me some food. And I have 6 denarii left.
I mean, the problem is if Connor taps his wealth, he'd have to reveal, like, his connections. But that might not be a problem to a riverboat owner who might be willing to accept the promissory note.
Sir Connor, I can't help but notice I didn't actually get paid when I gave you my bill. And that was about to the tune of 124.
Well, who should he make the check out to?
Oh, got you there.
Ah, dang.
William.
Well,
I'm just terrible.
By the way, it only cost us like 53 dinar to rent a boat, right? To get there.
It would be 40.
You measured 30 feet, right?
Yeah, that'd be
And
48.
over here, 3.4 feet is 6 leagues.
I mean, I just measured the entire thing.
Yeah, no, you measured the river route. I saw that. Oh, well, I'm saying I just measured.
Do you mean rent the boat and drive it? Well,
See,
the problem is
that's only 3.4 feet to 6 leagues. So you do the division, and then you times that by the.
If we rented a
50,
boat,
40.
it would have to be a boat that they would rent us because the boat would have to come back at some point.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not saying they wouldn't do that. I mean, this is a heavily traveled river.
I'm just saying it would cost half as much to rent a boat than to buy a boat.
Well, right. And the question is whether they would rent it. Now, and I'm not saying they wouldn't. I'm saying we would have to find somebody. And we actually do have a party with Cosmo, Gossip, and Negotiation. So we might be able to find someone who would rent us a boat. But we, there's a lot of river traffic here. We might just get somebody who's going south.
I mean, if we can convince somebody to go all the way to Harmon, that would be preferable than to be dropped off at the monastery, because the monastery doesn't have a boat thing, because it's up.
Yeah, because it's built remotely. Where is stuff? It's all the way up here. Oh, yeah. If we were to take a boat, this is downriver.
Yep.
And then when we got here, we'd have to go upriver.
Yep.
Yes.
Which is a lot of poling and dragging.
Right. So it will be work, but...
And that's a war zone, right? Aren't the Avidapod...
Also, once you hit, Paravel, or not Paravel, but like around the Burgess area.
Disputed territory.
Yeah. Again, these townsfolk don't really know the details because they're way out in the boonies, but you know that, like, I think it would be a safe guess to assume that the river is controlled by the Avoirdupois, which could be a good thing.
I'm just saying we sail under the the Gar house colors, and we should be fine.
Yeah,
Triskellion isn't in the.
I would suggest taking the boat down river because that'll be faster to Palaginesian, and then we get off the boat and just hoof it.
But
right,
I mean,
that would be the fairer option, and then we wouldn't have to worry about abandoning it.
Yeah, then we just have to cross through Corners Fort, which is always never a problem, right?
No,
it's always been perfectly fine.
No, we can go through when we get to here. We can just go through Lutara Grove.
Yeah, no one hates you guys at Lutara Grove.
Well, they're going to hate us in here anyway. I would rather not be on a boat while they're hating
Yeah, there
us.
was at least one survivor from Lutara Grove.
Yeah. Well,
and they might remember him.
That's my suggestion, that we get off here and then hoof it. Because hoofing it, walking is not... Going up river is going to be about the same pace as going on foot. And it's going to cost money because you can't just rent a boat. You'd have to crew a boat, either with animals or people, pull up river. And I don't think we're going to do that.
It makes more sense to walk it once we get past Palaginesian Monastery.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just have to hide your colors the whole time, though.
Yeah, and downriver can be a lot faster because it can be up to 2 leagues a day if people are willing to travel at night, which they might be because the river still runs at night. The problem is pack animals don't.
That's true. So, I would say, I guess let's actually move our token. But yes, I would say that if you guys want to do a gossip roll or a negotiation roll, to see if you have one success, it'll cost you what it would cost you to just find a ferry going down river. It would be the 40 something denarii or whatever it would
gossip
take
or
you.
Negotiation.
I mean, I guess let's do. It depends. It could be the one.
Sorry,
what was
Theta, what is the name of your character?
Address.
Yeah, I can help Address.
Yeah. This is where abstraction happens, right? Like, if it's gossip, you're just trying to find someone who will go with you. If it's negotiation, you're trying to haggle with a specific person.
There's an availability rule in the book that we put in there because people ask for it and then never get it. Which was, you decide the size of the town and the thing you're looking for. Obviously, renting a boat would be extravagant because it's not something everyone would do. And then you can decide if this town is big enough to have it and then make a random roll. This is up to you as the GM. You can hand wave over and say, we're doing it. You can make us roll.
No, let's do that. I just got to find the page. I think that's on money.
Right, well, I'm giving Address an assist bonus to find somebody. Because there also might be multiple people who are going down river, but they'll give us lousy deals.
You said
D8,
D8,
exactly.
right?
This is mining gossip.
I'm not a team player yet.
It's extravagant, which means you're rolling against 2d10. Yikes. Well, this is a village? No. This is a village? This is a town.
It's a farming village, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a farming village.
Farming community. It says village. The village says village in the first sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this village is significant.
I'm not
which is the part we clip out of there and put that on the sign in the front of the village. This village is significant.
So I'm guessing that means it's what, 100 people?
That's what it says in the book. About 100 people.
There might only be 100 full-time residents here. So yeah. So on the other hand, you can, we didn't put in a huge matrix of this. You can change the availability slider where, okay, it's on a river. So like the odds of finding a river boat, in Hanet would be less than the odds of finding a river boat in Bosque.
Right. I'm gonna change that to a D10 instead of 2D10. There's a lot of rolls happening. Does everyone know? So yeah. So Address has mind. Address, that's a lot of gossip dice, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Here's a D10. Let's see what happens. And it's a 2. You basically find someone who's willing to take you guys down there for free because he's going there on his way anyway. And maybe he could use like a noble escort or something like that. Because we're looking at how many successes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
5 on my behalf, yeah.
So Address you chat up a bunch of the river traffic, and you find a guy who he enjoys your stories, and he's thrilled about the opportunity to just hang out with you. And he says that he's got space anyway, that they're not taking cargo, and if you guys wanted to hitch a ride for free, you could make the ride down to Pelaginesi Monastery for free. At that point, he's going down to Triskellion from there, so you would part ways at that juncture.
Oh no, Anushka wants to go to Triskellion. Will it be dark and rainy by the time we get there?
Yeah, I mean, you guys don't seem that keen on the De La Vega revenge. So
I mean, I got no connection to the guy.
Oh, I could help you kill him. It's just we've got a...
De La Vega, you mean my half-brother?
To be fair, Connor, De La Vega tried to kill you and Anushka.
Yeah, so I am also willing
He
to
has
take
made a
that.
wanted criminal out of you.
Yes, and he's been causing me all kind of problems.
He has made it somewhat personal.
Didn't he beat you in the tournament?
I think he did.
I remember I didn't fight you in the end, so someone beat you, and it might as well have been De La Vega.
I think it was De La
Connor's
Vega.
brother
I think he
lost
poisoned
to
your
De La
brother.
Vega.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, he would have been... I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure that he was using like trick blades, and he poisoned your brother, and if it wasn't for the doctor, your brother would be dead.
Yeah,
That's the brother that he fought, and not the brother that was imprisoned.
Y'all went on a whole little adventure to switch out his swords and steal the poison or something like that. I remember that part.
Right, yeah.
I just remember that Connor and I were both in the tournament, and Connor didn't reach the end. So, if he had to lose to somebody, and I can't remember who he did lose to, might as well have been De La Vega, because it makes a better story, I think.
Well, he did lose to Harmon. He did fight him.
I think he did fight Harmon. That was the time, yeah, we played that out. There was some impressive counterattacks.
I don't know.
Pretty sure.
I don't remember. I thought we didn't, but okay. My memory is as good as nobody's.
I can go digging through the archives. I've like my notes, but
Still, there needs to be motive and opportunity. And if Sir Connor isn't too bothered by it, we don't have the motive. And opportunity would be literally not being inside of the largest castle on the continent.
Well, also, we don't even know if De La Vega's there. Dude does travel.
Yep.
We've seen him at least both sides of the map.
Yeah, he does get around. There's one more thing that I haven't brought up, which is that during this whole planning session, Colette says that she's not going back to Harmony. She just doesn't plan to. She came here on a mission. She thanks you guys for your help, but she's still intending to discover what became of Harmon and his whereabouts.
I feel like this is the anime moment where I have the shadow character over my shoulder, is looking at the goal list, looking at Colette, and then the imaginary bubble where you've tied Colette up so that we can carry her to Harmony.
I was thinking more like the awkward moment where we have to go, well, you see, we found him, and then we lost him again.
Oh, Connor can tell you all about that.
Yeah, I mean...
Sir Connor, you can explain what happened. Show him.
You'll be glad I ran away to be able to tell you this news. And then he will explain about Utar Grove. Of course, probably earning the enmity of Colette in the process, but still.
No, yeah, you tell the story, she kind of sits patiently and listens and nods slightly to everything that you say. And then you finish your tale, there's a moment of silence, and then she smacks you across the face. Bam!
That's my girl.
And she says, "Forgive me, I lost my temper. But shame on you for leaving that noble man to his fate and not even trying to, or not trying to dissuade him from a course of action that would get him... I don't know. I need to think."
I did try, for what it's worth.
Wow, somebody has an affection that verges on the worldly for
For what it's worth, Colette, I did try to dissuade him, and I even tried to dissuade the looters themselves from being violent and taking their lives or losing them in exchange. So if anything, perhaps in their mercy he is but merely prisoner now. We could go talk and find out what his fate is.
She says, all right, well, yes, she says, I must pray on this because, obviously, as you've pointed out, Anushka, worldly desires are encroaching here. But after a period of time in meditation, she says, very well. I feel my place is no longer with the Abbey of Harmony, but I realize that it is probably the safest place for me to be right now, and I appreciate that you all put yourselves in personal danger in order to bring me this far. I will accompany you back on the condition that we cross through the grove and that you show me the place where poor Harmon was taken again, so that I can determine for myself if he is truly departed or if there's still hope.
Even if it be to great danger to myself, I feel I owe it to Harmon to try to rectify my moment of weakness.
You, in your chest beats the heart of a true nobleman, of a true knight. Sir Connor, I apologize for my outrage earlier.
I deserved it.
Very well, then. So, okay. So Colette is on board. And
here's how you know Harmon's not dead. Is Connor would be hunted by a shade right about now. Harmon didn't come back to the Restless Dead. His persona exists.
I love it.
To take revenge.
Yeah. So, okay. So you guys make it with this, make it downriver in the care of this jaunty boat captain who sings too much. You find yourselves back at the Palaginese Monastery, greeted by your good friend Thor, whom you'll recall you helped you sneak some of the sacramental wine out.
Thor, it's great to see you again. I got a wonderful tale of us being lost in the mountains to tell you.
He says, I must say, I prayed for you. Many sacraments were drank, praying for your safe return. And I see it was not wasted effort. Yeah.
Let me tell you about the 2 times I almost starved.
Goodness, well, you're welcome to as many vegetables as you can stomach here. Because we grow our own turnips. They're delicious, very fresh.
Ooh.
Okay. At which point, is there any further preparation you wish to take before returning to Lutara Grove? If you'll recall, I can recall the last time we were here, you were greeted by several of the blessed hierarchs who were none too pleased and overpowered you with overwhelming forces.
Well,
carrying bows.
I do still have the gift hazel crown. I'm going to be wearing that, and I believe I will probably take the lead on this.
Yeah. You're gonna have to part the sea here.
Yeah.
So, the Thor will remind you that the blessed are holy people, and though many of the worldly religions or Calabrese religions do not see eye to eye on many things, that they do deserve respect, their lands deserve respect, and in a more practical sense, if their rules are broken, there are terrible powers that can be unleashed on behalf of these individuals. So he cautions you to step lightly and to arm yourself in the light of Salomare.
As always.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Just
We're just deciding.
Call.
Gotcha. Yeah, not a problem. We're deciding if there's any sort of additional preparations you guys want to make before crossing back through the Lutara Grove territory, because
Did everyone else remember to buy themselves some food? because we will be traveling for at least 8 days. If we're going like through the grove and then back through here.
I'll have to have Connor and Potter get some food. Let me see what it costs.
I'll buy some food. I like food.
Blue Wizard really needs food.
Badly.
Needs food badly.
Red Warrior is about to die. Man. Just burned my brain there.
Like, I never want to play those games ever again, but I would love to have a sound library of all of the callouts because they are classic and make a great notification noise too.
Oh,
Blue Wizard's about to die.
I'll get a whole soundboard of that ready.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. Okay.
I have enough for the journey. I've bought 12 days of food for just this occasion now.
Okay, we don't have a lot of time left, but I want to do something a little bit. Okay. Once again, I think when you're crossing through haunted groves, there should be some action. So, got a funny idea. Let's drop back to the map.
Uh-oh.
Let's see, what do we have on this map? We still have Connor.
We have a lot of corpses.
We got so many tokens. Okay, I'm going to clear out a lot of tokens here.
Yeah,
but
clear
Connor,
out the
you
tokens,
can stay.
Leave the blood.
Yeah, let me turn the grid back on, actually, so you guys can come out here, too. At scale.
Womp.
Yeah, it's Connor in the grove of 1,000 corpses. It's a Rob Zombie production.
Fight. Yeah.
Ah, poor Harmon. He only had so much blood to give.
Gave it all. Okay. Wow. A lot. Boom. Okay. Let's see here. So you guys
There's two
pick
doctors on the map.
There are. I'm gonna delete them both. Sorry, Doc. Drag your guy out again because I don't know which was yours.
It's all good.
So, why don't you guys drop yourselves in the center of this map? You don't have to be in the river, but around there somewhere.
Like on this fun little rock.
Nice. Okay, cool. You're crossing the river. Again, I will remind you that there is an eerie stillness to this place. It certainly is hallowed ground that you're crossing through. And I will also remind you, this is not necessarily actually the sacred grove, but this entire area is where the sacred grove, the ultimate one, is hidden. And there seems to be magic.
This entire area to be sacred. You guys should do that. Yeah, we can totally do that.
Exactly.
It's just... Yeah, they put up signs.
Exactly.
You know me,
no shirts, no shoes.
Yeah, I love being cynical. It's kind of like, did you guys not see the signs?
Okay, here we go. Tap tap da da da. Tap tap da da da. Da 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 da. I want to go kind of weird here.
It's a mega Tyrannosaurus Rex. Oh no.
No, we did Tyrannosaurus Rexes.
You wander into the grove and you see Vaslov Jakoba.
No.
We wander in and we see Harmon. He's guarding the grove now. He's been converted. No. Well, that's actually kind of good.
Why would that be good for you?
Because he'd have to be a pacifist then.
No, he wouldn't have to be. Also, I'm thinking more on the religious angle. You're not even of the same religion. Why would that be good for you?
Because I'm still a pacifist.
Again, I'm talking about Lutheranism versus Orthodox. I can never remember the word halfway through the word. It leaves me. Orochimancy or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Orcomancy.
Yeah, I lose pronunciation because I forget what the middle letters were.
That's Orcomancy, not Orcomancy. If you're pedantic or pedantic.
Yes,
He's an Orcoman.
I control all of the orcas.
Yeah.
With my Orcomancy.
Yeah. He's an Orcomancy, which means he's like from the lackadaisical joke religion.
No, that's the one's Gemma-Dracularism.
Gemma Dracula is very serious. The 5 people who believe in it, and they're one-winged angel.
Oh, it'll look better that I belong to the joke religion. I am a joke. Haha, gotcha.
You're a saint of a joke religion, which that keeps me awake at night.
That is pretty funny. Okay. All right. You are hiking through this area, and Connor, you get the little twinges of familiarity at the back of your mind. You feel like you recall this stream and these trees, and you start to think that you just feel that you're getting close to the site where it all happened. Although the lush greenery hides any indication that there was a struggle here, you do get the strong sense that you're back where it all began. You want to tell Colette this, or do you want to let the moment pass? Or
this is where we had fought.
She looks around, noting openly that it doesn't seem like there was any struggle. She asks you to reiterate exactly like what happened to him. How many were there? Did you see him die, or was he taken? Kinds of details.
He'll tell her, about how many people were there. True address, but he would also say that it looked like he fell but was taken, so they wouldn't do that to a body, of course.
Yeah, they didn't want to defile a body here, defile their sacred site
They took
with
him
the dead body.
Deeper into the grove rather than out of it, is what it looked like.
Right. He'd have no idea what the other side of the river looked like. That is a fair point. He never crossed the river. Okay. So yeah. That's fine. So, as you're describing this to Colette, and we'll say that it's like mid-afternoon at this point, the sun is beginning to sink low in the sky, casting shadows through the tree cover. And it is at that point that you can hear something that chills you, Connor, specifically. This is now the second time that you have encountered this very strange beating of wings that are much larger and heavier than your wings. And you hear a screech, and you look up and you can see that the goblins have returned.
Third time.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, because there was the initial fight with them where he almost fell out of a tree and died. There's when Harmon came back and they were trying to fight them to get Harmon, sword Harmon stole.
Harmon continuing to fight and escape for his life this time without
really
hands.
Want to fight the goblins. And also the goblins shouldn't even be in the Sacred Grove, because if this is the Sacred Grove of the Doloro, the goblins have a pact with the Phelan.
They do. They do.
So this is just
what are they doing?
Bad news all around.
Exactly. Okay. Sorry. Setting some stuff up here.
Well, upon hearing that, Connor is going to scoot across the river, and
Oh, for that he does. Okay, good to know.
well,
Up, got to get off the rock. Up, getting all wet. There we go. Now I'm out.
I'm just making jokes,
Gotta
Acolyte.
try and
I'm just
make up
making
for-
jokes.
but he's got to make up for what happened. You know, he was a coward. He does admit it.
Okay. So, like I said, you hear the beating of wings, and you look up and you see this figure flying above you, and it certainly is one of these goblins. Let's to token layer. Cool. Okay. And it seems that these goblins are not here to play. So, at least for turn order reasons, let's see. We don't actually have a lot of time left. But yes. Oh no. Crap, I really put myself in a corner here because we don't have enough time for this to be a combat, but I also don't think they want to parlay. You know what? I think we'll do this. The goblin was gonna perch in a tree and look down at you. And say trespassers.
Oh, that's not good. Do I still speak Burlafine? Ha! I still speak the Burlafine.
So do I.
All right.
Recognizing that the good folk and us common folk are on good terms, the river is claimed. Not your beef is not with us. It's with the queen of the Doloro domain, who said that we would have safe passage in their domain, and they claim the river. That's, I think, should be our negotiating position.
That is correct. I've spoken to the looters up this grove myself, and we have safe passage. Of that I guarantee. Look at my fancy crown.
Well, yes, to strike against us would be a strike against the might of the hierarchs. But we, recognizing that the good folk and us common folk are on good terms, we will simply pass through, disturbing and taking nothing.
The creature blinks its strange black lidded eyes.
Yeah.
And then I think it's going to
Look,
point.
you can see my soul. It's clean.
You can see your what?
I said you can see it in my soul. It's clean.
Exactly. It's looking. I think it focuses on Connor. And it says the lady has granted you passage, but not this one. And he's going to point his javelin at Connor.
Oh, they want Connor. Connor, what did you do? All you did was fall out of a tree.
I found Harmon in this very grove.
Yeah, He and Harmon tried to assassinate the hierarchs.
Oh, that's right. Which means actually that's hilarious. I said, well, we're in the hierarchs. What about this guy tried to assassinate them? Got me there. Well, he actually knows you.
Yeah, we're doing a little bit of a exposition. He says, him and his companion struck against the holy order, the sacred hierarchs. His companion was given to us an escapee from our domain, and in exchange, we now guard these sacred lands. It is true what you say about your accord, and he's pointing to the doctor with his crown.
Mm-hmm.
But, however, this one still owes for transgressions against the blessed. And that one, he points at Connor. And you hear two more of these creatures alight in nearby trees. The bulk of them seems to conflict with how easily they can just move through the sky.
He's got you there, Connor.
I'll just tap Connor on the shoulder and just kind of go, tell them that you're here to say you're sorry and make amends. that you'll negotiate with the looters of this grove for your past transgressions and pay them recompense.
He nods. Yes, I have come to make amends. I had hoped to recover your captive. It seems we cannot. But beyond that, I want to say beef, but I know I shouldn't use that word for this.
Grudge?
Our grudge.
I like grudge, yeah.
Beyond your grudge with my friend, I would like to see what I can do to make amends to these fine people. Our countries may be at war, but that does not mean we cannot be civil.
It cocks its head to the side in a very bird-like fashion. It says, you wish to make recompense, you may speak with the hierarch. Until this matter is decided, we can allow you to go no further armed as you are. Leave your weapons and your armor and follow us, and we will take you to speak your piece.
What guarantee do I have of their return?
You have no guarantees here. Murderer, assassin. He calls you an assassin. Yep.
I mean, they're the bird. You know, some of them might be 16 stories tall. I mean, the legends say they're 16 stories tall, so they're probably exaggerating. They're probably only 8.
I don't think anything could possibly be that big. 16 stories? I think like
they're probably lying.
Like
it's probably only 5.
These guys are baby goblins. These are just normal sized dudes. You have seen the gigantic Morigna.
We've seen the bigger ones. We saw the bigger one when he moved 24 paces and a half action and stabbed me.
Yes.
Very well. I will leave my accoutrements of war behind.
The thing nods at you, and this seems to satisfy. If you do, they're not going to take your items from you, but they'll watch as you basically disrobe your armor and put all of your weapons on the ground. And it turns its head to the rest of you and says, you may pass, but stay true to your word. Do not disturb or touch anything in these sacred forests, or you too will be held accountable.
Touch nothing but the lamp.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. And so Connor,
I am a monkey.
I know, right? You just can't help yourself. Okay. So that's the thing. So then it turns and it will glide its way to another nearby tree and look back to you, Connor. It's gonna lead you deeper into the woods, sort of off the path that you were already traveling along, and it does not seem to concern itself with the rest of the party. So you guys have a decision to make here about what happens next. You're gonna go with Connor. Connor, are you gonna
follow the goblin?
I will need to accompany Connor and make sure he doesn't get completely murked. We have tricked you. Now you're in the middle of the woods. Now we ambush you with no armor or weapons.
I know no fear and serve with joy. Also, when's the next time I'm actually going to be here? So I guess I need to go with Connor.
Colette's here, isn't she?
Yes,
she is. Yep.
What's she doing?
Well, we're not taking her with us. I hope not. We're not taking her
with us. Harmon, so.
Well, also we have to go through this way to get to Harmony. Anyway, Harmono.
Yeah, I mean. This is so the way that they're leading the Connor is off the path that you were taking, so it's not like you're getting closer to Harmony maybe technically, but you're not actually headed towards Harmony if you follow.
No, you said we had to go through the grove to continue on to Harmony anyway. That's why we're here. That's why Colette is still with us here.
Exactly.
That's why I'm asking what Colette's doing in the respect. Right. Is she following Connor?
Yeah, I think Colette specifically. So Colette seems intrigued by this notion. She caught that in the goblin's little speech there that Harmon is still alive, and that there was a trade, or even if he wasn't alive, that there was some trade that went on between the goblins and the Blessed, and Harmon was involved as part of that, and she wants to know more information. So she's going with you guys, or with Connor at least. Yep. Or she wants to. I mean, you could try to talk her out of it or whatever.
No, this should be safe. Well, for her and me.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I don't think it's safe for anybody. You had an agreement once. Who knows?
Well, I like my friends and I trust them, so.
I would hope so. I hate my friends. Are they still your friends then?
So, for you guys, okay. For the doctor and Colette following Connor, there's no problem. I'll assume that Potter, when this was said, also just takes all of his stuff off as a matter of course, because he doesn't plan to leave your side.
Potter could stay here and watch your stuff for you, too.
Oh, that's true. It's an option.
It's exactly what a squire is for, after all.
True, we can do that. As long as the goblins don't mind. We don't want to anger our new hosts.
It's true. He does want to come with you, but he will listen if you tell him to stay and stuff.
Wait here, Potter. We will return. He
says, all right, be safe, sir. Okay. So, yeah. The Colette and the doctor, well, they want the doctor to take his armor off. Basically, anyone who attempts to follow with Connor, who still has weapons or armor, gets the same treatment. They're going to wheel back and they'll say, where we're going, you cannot bring means of violence or of protection. If you go, you go skyclad, which you don't actually have to go naked, but you go without your armor.
Pulling the robe back on.
Armor.
Well, sure. Everybody that has claws and teeth and whatnot.
Yeah, we all have claws and teeth, but yeah, I'll drop. Sure, why not? I'll disarm and go.
Cool. So you'll leave your stuff with Potter as well.
Potter's sitting on a mountain.
You come back and Potter is in the process of fending off zombies, and he's got, with all your weapons, he's got pistols to spare. He's got 3 swords tied to his back.
He's wielding the wand, hoping he learns magic someday.
Yep.
Why won't the lightning come out?
He's like, it looks so easy when he does it, and then you just throw the wand at it, bonks off someone's head. Okay, so yeah, so we'll leave it there with the party unarmed and following a goblin through sacred Luterra, unsure of what they will find at the end of this path. But hopefully it will be some sort of reconciliation. But we'll find out next time, I think. That gives us just enough time to do the post-game wrap-up and debriefing.
Can't wait till this grove turns into a predator situation. What's that?
Yeah.
Flayed human upside down on a tree.
Exactly. Yep. Just oh my god, it's missing its spine.
Golly, you son of a bitch.
Come get me! Was that the line? What's the line when Arnold is covered in mud and he's just
when he stops at the trap and he notices the spikes and everything. I'm here! Come get me!
Totally. Okay, cool. So, let's begin. I think you guys did complete a goal. You did return the kid to his tribe, and without bloodshed, which was risky. I mean, yeah, it was a risk.
Without bloodshed, would you forget all the other dead goats and the one dead irregular?
Yeah. Technically, though, I mean, when I say without bloodshed, I mean, if you had not found a translation or had rolled very cleverly or had made a clever approach, that whole exchange could have gone much differently. The goats don't like you and only kind of want their kid back. So, yeah, you guys made out like bandits on that one. Like honorable bandits.
We got paid for it. We got paid for doing something for once. It's amazing. I love this.
Yeah,
I know, right?
6 days of bad food.
Yeah, but hey,
more than we had.
So what is the reward?
What is the reward? I would say Insider Chevernace. It may not have seemed like it, but you guys had a non-violent confrontation with the Chevernace, and if you found yourselves in their territories again, you might be known as the outsiders that honorably returned one of their own, despite the dangers. I also imagine that, like, when traveling there, the Chevernace have very little regard for outsiders, but outsiders that can actually, like, track and survive through their own land, they probably have some small begrudging respect for. So
Cool, I'm hearing 5 XP.
ultimately, yeah, you can sell it back for 5 XP, or you can take the Insider. It's up to you.
Yeah, as much as, like, the Doctor is, like, a native of the Doloro, I'm not sure he's ever going to return to the mountains ever again.
It's not a pleasant place to be.
That said, I'm keeping it until I figure out what gift I want, but hey, you never know.
Fair enough.
I know, I'm working my way up to Cosmopolitan.
Nice. Okay, so other than that, thank you everyone for showing up today. So that's one experience point. Let's go through and remind us of your character's mottos and how you think the session went. And we can start again with Theta, if you're ready.
Oh yeah, Adris Gar, Gorilla Dilettante, Bod Rake. Leader of the Achromic Gang. Proud. Motto, Strength, and Guile. Do-do-do-do-do.
Cool. All right, the next up we've got Arkloyd playing Connor.
Yes, I'm Arkloyd. I play Connor Levere de Ecrevis, the Parisian Raccoon Knight. His motto is one hand washes the other. I think the session went well, and at the end there, when it could have been a fight, you turned it into a negotiation. For the time, I think that worked out well. And who knows, you might even see Harmon again if we get lucky. Not right away, of course, but who knows? And who knows, Connor might even end up becoming a prisoner of war.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad.
I'm waiting for you to get Goodfellas. You're going to get Goodfellas. You're going to walk into a room. You're going to realize, hey, there's nobody here. Bam! Back of the head.
Exactly. It's like, I'm finally going to become one of the wise guys. Nope, no, you are not. Okay, so thank you. There were a lot of possibilities, and I ran through several of them, and I almost did one of them that would have been much worse. But I think bringing the goblins back is cool, especially since I forget whose idea it was, but it was someone else's idea that, like, oh, maybe they'll, like, barter Harmon back to the goblins.
Rafferty.
And then it's just like,
hell
yeah. So
idea.
now the Blessed are working with goblins. That's pretty cool.
Well, if you have to go against the Avertaplaw, I could see an alliance. One wonders what it's going to do to the Doloro in the long term, but they think about time differently than we do.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought that was cool. I'm glad that you liked it. Let's hear from Griffin playing Unknown Doctor.
Yep, playing the Doctor. First, do no harm. Second, get paid. I barely managed to hurt somebody this time, and I got paid. So, mission accomplished on that front.
Nice.
And I'm definitely enjoying just sort of the figuring out how to travel around, or even like where we're going. That's always just kind of like a fun little exercise in logistics, I think. We'll get back to killing De La Vega one day.
Yeah, I'm looking for opportunities to work back that storyline back in, but I'm also having fun just kind of like seeing where the adventure takes us. So,
absolutely.
Cool. And Rafferty playing Anushka.
Yes, my motto is know no fear and serve with joy, and it's a little hard getting into Anushka's head because she would be more perky and excitable than me. So it's like, oh yeah, sure, I guess we'll go to the Goblin territory. Why not? It's something I've never been. How bad could it be? Not to mention that, yeah, I don't enjoy killing people, but I'll do it if I have to. It's a dangerous world.
Cool. Okay then. Yeah.
No, I'm having fun. I once again, I like the fact that we have sides. I always praise when it's a living, breathing world and not just a gamery concept or a humorous concept. And so I like it when other things in the world feel like they have it. Like running into a random guide and dealing with these people and having them short shrift us on the food. It's kind of like, we live in a larger world in this context of the game. And I always like it when we're reminded of that we live in a world where other entities have opinions about it. It's not just us blowing through everything.
Cool. I have to say that I think I've grown a lot from playing this game with you guys in that respect. So it's really, the credit goes to you guys for helping me kind of think about the game in that way. So I'm glad that it's working for you.
It's definitely fun, like, watching the territory get, like, molded by those and saying, like, well, we're loved here, but we're hated here, so we have to go around it. And that's always, it's fun trying to remember all of them, for sure.
I would agree, definitely. Okay, but yeah, so that's it for me, and I think that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. If you've been watching, you can come back. We'll do this again next week at the same time. If you want, you can find me on startplaying.games as Red Rabbit, where I offer my GM services. I haven't posted anything on there in a while. I check that out, but I'm always around, and if you're in our Discord, you can hit me up there as well.
I mean, you could literally just point right down. It's right under you in the overlay.
Right. There you go. Thank you. Thanks, Theta. So yeah, that's all for me.
All right, come back, see us Sundays, Wednesdays, and we'll catch you next time. See you, everybody.
Good night.